Hey everybody, if you're like me, you love your flip phone. The battery lasts for 2 weeks and speakers are great, but the problem is texting. Now, most of us flip phoners, we don't like texting, but occasionally, it's the way people communicate nowadays. So, texting on a flip phone, as you know, is pretty brutal. So what I've done is I've come up with a way, well, I didn't really come up with a way, but there's kind of a hack that so you can use a texting client on your PC, and it's actually pretty cool, and you can use this texting client to communicate with people. I touch type, so I can type 60 to 80 words a minute depending on the day. Okay, let's get started. Okay, the first thing you should know is this is essentially a hack, and it can be buggy, so be prepared for that. Going into this, don't expect everything to work perfectly the first time. It's really buggy, but you can get it to work. Alright, so how does this client work? Let's just show you what's cool about it. Alright, so I have a friend named Paul I need to contact, so I'm going to send him a text message. So here's his name. I have it as Paul Singer, but that's not actually his name. Hey Paul, I've been searching for the song. Alright, so you can see I've texted my friend Paul, and I'm just going to hit the enter key. So there, I just sent a text message. Now if you look at your phone, you go into the sent messages. It won't really show up there, but take my word for it, it was sent. The other cool thing about this texting client is you can use it to find phone numbers. So let's say I want to find my friend Paul's phone number. I just start to type the word Paul, and it gives me all my friends who are named Paul, and it shows their phone numbers. So this is a great way to look up phone numbers real quickly. This texting client also has a contacts window, so I can see all of my friends. So right now it's downloading all my contacts, so there you go. So I can search for a name, like let's say my friend Aaron, and if I hit enter, it'll pull up everyone I know named Aaron. So that's pretty cool. So again, for you flip phoners that don't really want to flip through your phone and do all that stuff, this is a really good way to sort of smartenize your flip phone. Alright, so that said, let's move forward. Okay, you'll need several things to do this. You'll need a flip phone. I've got Verizon wireless, but you'll need a wireless service. I'm using Verizon's text client, so hopefully your wireless service has a text client. I'm using Data Pilot software. You'll also need MS Outlook. Now you don't have to actually use Microsoft Outlook. You don't actually have to use that for anything. You just have to have it on your computer because you're going to sort of use it as just sort of a slave to create a file that you'll use to upload to the internet. And you'll need a PC, of course, and a USB cable to connect your phone to your PC. Your phone may use a more standard cable, but this is the cable my phone uses. First thing you want to do is open up the Data Pilot phone book. Data Pilot has a bunch of different utilities. It's got a calendar and an image editor and all kinds of stuff. But we're going to open the phone book manager. Alright, so we click on communication setting. It says welcome to the phone wizard setup. I'm using a USB cable. I'm in the United States. I click next. So now they tell me plug in my phone. See how the next key is grayed out. So I'm going to plug my phone into my PC. Once that happens, then the next key becomes black and I can click on it. So I'm just telling auto detect my phone's model. Detecting my phone. Reading all the parameters, so there we go. So there's my phone. Text message coming in. So here's a text message coming in, back probably from my friend Paul. There isn't a Tim track or learning track that I'm aware of. It's in a book called Just Plain Barbershop. You might be able to find sheet music searching Google. Well, there you go. So there's my friend Paul texting me back. And the text does go to the phone. So that's pretty cool. All right, so anyways, so first thing we want to do is we want to tell the Data Pilot software to download all of my contact information off of my phone, or read from my phone. So read all. So I'm going to read from my mobile phone. I've got 771 numbers in my flip phone. Those are business contacts, bands, musicians, personal, just tons of contact information that I would never want to lose. So the cool thing about this is I'm backing up my cell phone. So if I have to replace my cell phone, I've got all my numbers here on my computer. Alright, so then the next thing you want to do is save the file. So save as, and I've got a directory called cell phone backups that is on my Google Drive. So I actually am backing up to the cloud as well, which will also propagate to my other computers. So that's pretty cool. So I'm going to call this, how about, what's the date today? Today's the 3rd, I think. Yeah. Alright, so I'm saving that contact. So I've saved all my contact information. Now I've saved into a little database file. Okay, so now that we've backed up our phone book, the next thing we're going to do is open up MS Outlook, and we're going to go into contacts, and we're going to clear out all of our contacts. We're going to delete them all. So I just use the delete key, and if you hold down the delete key, it will just delete all your contacts. Unfortunately, there's no way to empty the contacts folder. It's pretty retarded. Now, Outlook Express or a different version of Outlook may allow you to delete all the contacts out of your folder. I don't use Outlook. I can't stand Outlook. But I would think right-clicking contacts and empty folder would be an option, but it's not. So I just use the delete key. So now I've emptied out my contacts in MS Outlook. So now what we're going to do is go back over to Data Pilot, and we're going to use the File pull-down menu to export Address Book to MS Outlook. So I select the Contacts folder, and I say OK. So now we go over, and we allow access for a minute. Say yes. And now you can see my MS Outlook is being populated with all my phone numbers from my cell phone. Alright, so that took only a few seconds. Alright, so now we're going to export all of our contacts out of Microsoft Outlook into a database file that can be read by Verizon. So we're going to use the File pull-down menu, Import, Export. We're going to export to a file. We're going to use a comma-separated value, Windows. We're going to select the folder from which to export our contacts. So that's our contacts folder. And then we're going to export the file to a specific place, and I'm going to call this file 2016-2-3 for today's date, and it says Donnie's Cell Windows CSV. So this is a CSV file, and it's in my Google Drive, cell phone backups, Verizon, so it's well organized, so I know where to find the file. And I'll click Next, and export contacts from folder Contacts, yes, and I say Finish. So now it's creating a CVS file. So now that we've created our CVS file and we know where it is, we're going to close MS Outlook. We're going to close Data Pilot. Alright, so the next thing you're going to want to do is go to your Verizon account online. So you have to create an account with Verizon. And I think this is automatically created for you. I've had Verizon for like 10 years, so I can't remember when I created this account, if I had to create it separately, or if it was just there. Alright, so I'm on the web.vma.vzw.com website. This is not where you want to be. You want to be on, I know it says Verizon Messages, so we're going to go to cloud.verizonwireless.com. Alright, so here we are on the contacts page in my Verizon account. The Verizon website and the contacts utility is pretty clunky. The software, everything about it is clunky and unintuitive. For instance, I've got 759 contacts. If I import my contacts onto this page right now, it'll double. Instead of replacing contacts that are exactly the same, it'll just add them. So I'll have, 2 copies of everybody's contact, which I don't want. So what you have to do first is you have to clear out all your contacts. Alright, so how do you clear out your contacts? It's pretty unintuitive. First, in this right hand side, there's a checkbox. Click the checkbox, which will open up a box here. So then you click that box, and that selects all of your contacts. Then you go back over here to the vertical ellipsis, which is 3 dots. Click on that, and it'll say delete contact, singular, but you're actually deleting all your contacts. So delete contact, say OK, and it'll grind away for a while. This can take up to 7 hours. I'm just kidding. It takes a while, it takes about a minute. So we'll come back when all the contacts have been deleted. Alright, once all the contacts have been deleted, you'll get this message, contacts deleted successfully. It takes a little while. Click OK. Alright, so it looks like there's still 9 contacts left in my contacts page here. So that's the buggy part. Even though it said that all my contacts were deleted, they are not. So I'm going to again click on the multi-select button, a little checkbox over there. Again, click on the checkbox over here. Again, go to the ellipsis. Again, select delete contact. Again, OK. And there. So now it's telling me the contacts have been deleted successfully. Alright, as you can see, all of our contacts have been moved to the trash can. This is going to count against our data usage, so we want to empty the trash can. So click on the trash can, click on the little checkbox again, click in the box, selects all of your contacts, click on the trash can icon, empty trash, and it says trash items are being removed. Please check back later. Oh, really? So what we do is we refresh the screen using the function 5 key or the F5 key. So we're down to 109 contacts there. So now we've got 0 contacts. So I just use the function key, function 5, F5, and that refreshes your screen and shows that you have deleted all your contacts. So now we go back to contacts. We want to repopulate our contacts list here. So all this is unintuitive. Hey, I'll just click on this upload, choose file. Hey, this is just a photo. This is nothing. So this is retarded. So it's very unintuitive. So how do you upload your contacts? Well, you go over here to the upper right, and there's a little there's an icon of a person with a plus sign. So you click on that. This is the add contacts. Then you choose a file. Now remember, we know where our file is. It's in our Google Drive. Cell phone backups, Verizon, and there we are, the file we created, 2-3. Are you sure you want to import 764 contacts? Okay. So if we look to the right here, we've got a little icon grinding away, filling up our contacts list. This is kind of slow. It varies, like this takes 30 seconds, sometimes it takes 5 minutes. The Verizon website is very unpredictable. Alright, so it looks like we've successfully imported our contacts. You say OK. So first thing you got to do is you got to test this because it's buggy. The whole process is buggy. So how do you test it? Well, you make note of the latest contact that you entered into your contacts list, and it would have to be somebody new. So for me, it was a friend of mine named Mike Garcia. So I'm going to enter in Mike Garcia, and I'm going to search for Mike Garcia. And if he is not found, well, then I'll know I have to redo this thing all over again. Fortunately, he was found. There he is. But I'm not happy with that, so I'm going to do one more. I'm going to look for my friend Paul Rowe. There, and Paul Rowe was found. So I know that this contacts were populated successfully. So now we're done with the Verizon Cloud. Okay, so the next step is you not only have to close the message utility or the message client, but you have to close it out of your tray. So you right-click, quit message. Do I really want to quit message? Yes, sir, indeed I do. Once you quit message, then you have to restart it. Then click on the little triple bar, click contacts, and now your contacts will be populated. This will take a while. We'll come back in a minute. Alright, once the little circle's done running in circles, then I'm going to search for the last name that I entered, or the last person that I entered into my contacts list to test this. It says no contacts were found. So what this tells me is it hasn't populated yet. It hasn't propagated. So you have to give the Verizon Cloud a little time to propagate your new contacts list. So we'll come back in like half an hour and try this again and see if we're successful. Alright, so I've been letting this grind away for, I don't know, a couple of hours. And so the last person I entered in, his name was Paul Rowe. So I'm going to enter in the word Rowe, and there he is. He pops up. So we're all good. So that's how the message app works, and that's how you get it to work with your phone. So if you have any questions, please list them down here, and please subscribe. The subscribe button is like, I think it's like over there somewhere. All right, thanks, bye.